The second Ezra 5 verse 8, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be off sent out again, and wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Barakadiawa, Barakadiawa Shai, Barakadiawa, Barakadiawa Shai, Barakadiawa, Barakadiawa Shai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Makakodash. Double honors, apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to you, beloved Akim, that is pushing his word in sincerity and truth with humiliation all across the four winds. You, I salute. This is the brother Desire. I want back to you another lesson. Alright, the scriptures say, menstruous woman shall bring forth monsters. And that ain't something you see in the fucking, movies, monsters. Birth defects and, deformed babies, are considered a monster, according to scriptures. Deformed baby and shit. And also, these damn two-third, a lot of the ninjas, these damn demons, they monsters, right? Because when you look up the word monster in online etymology, let's look up monster, see what it says. Because we at Great Millstone, we look up words, so you could give you the understanding. Alright, so you could be edified. Monster, malformed animal or human. See? That's what I'm saying. Malformed animal or human creature afflicted with a birth defect. You see? Monster, monstrosity. From Latin monstrum, divine omen, especially one it indicate misfortune, portent sign of normal shape, monster, monstrosity, figuratively repulsive character, object of dread, awful deed, abomination, a derivative of monere, to remind, bring to one's recollection, tell of, admonish, advise, warn, instruct, teach, to make, think of. Let me jump on down. Meaning, it says abnormal or prodigious animals were regarded as signs of omens of impending evil, extended by late 14th century to fabulous animals composed of parts of creatures. Meaning animal of our side, sense of persons of inhuman cruelty or wickedness, person regarded with horror because of moral deformity. It's a sense of person of inhuman cruelty or wickedness. Alright? Cruelty or wickedness. And that's the kind of generation we're gonna be out here in these last days, by fucking savage, by demons. Straight demons, by degenerate. You see, we're gonna be out here in these last days, but we don't have no fear for the law, nothing. Let me show an example of what I'm saying. Check this out. This in our country, right? Check this out. In times past, in our era, we would have second thoughts about trying to punch a police or try to attack an officer or anything like that. But these generation, whatever come to their mind, they doing it. But check this out. See that? Punch a two of them and break off running. You gotta be a real fucking demon to hit two officers in the face like that and break off running. You gotta be a demon, boy. They wicked demons, boy. That's what they're gonna be rumping out in these last days, boy. Y'all Ratazah. This might be this may be the same very generation when Yahushai comes back. Alright. The same generation with these wicked niggas, when Yahushai comes back, who will meet? Yeah. Alright, the same last generation. This gotta be the last generation, because they fucking horrible, but alright. These demons, they ain't have no regard for nothing. So the only remedy for Jake is death, but the only remedy for Jake is that this Gen Z, They fucking horrible. You just see the video I showed. They ain't have no regard for nobody. You see? These are the real monsters right there. Damn 2/3 demons. Gotta be the last generation. Alright? And like I brought out the camp, this precept, yo, we're gonna see some things in these last days. It says, um, 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that the last days perilous time shall come. Alright, perilous times, right? Alright. 2 Timothy 3:1. When you go in the word perilous, hard to take, to approach, hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous times, harsh, fierce, savage times. Savage times we're coming into, babe. With this kind of generation out here, babe, and you go to the word savage, it means fierce, wild, or cruel time. It could describe an untamed animal or harsh attack. You see that? Or in a modern slang, someone who is bold and unapologetically cool. You know, for Jake to do that, they bold. Adjective wild, fierce, cruel, or not tame. And Jake is the wild animal, so yeah, babe. Alright. Okay. Fierce, cruel times we're coming into. Especially with this generation. So, hey, you know, these times have to come to pass. You know. Okay, these times have to come to pass. Because already prophesied to come years ago. So in these times, we're gonna see times that are hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, hard to approach. You know, you just gotta pray that the Lord, pray that the Yahweh Shemashai give us the strength to enjoy these times. Because what we're about to see is some real judgment. You know, a lot of these damn 2/3 ninjas is gonna get put to death by horribly. You know, because the flicking do this. The flicking. You see that? Jake arm, the police arm with a gun. But you think Jake's scared? Jake ain't scared. The other one, punch or two of them and break off running. You never see that times, but it's a bunch of demons, boy. A bunch of demons. These damn 2/3 demons. Degenerate. They degenerates. Alright? We're gonna see a lot of that in these last days. Alright? A lot of that. Okay? But we in those times, man. We in those times. You see? We in those times. The scriptures say, agree with thine adversary quickly, but not these 2/3. Not them. Okay? A lot of them gonna get put to death in these last days. Alright? They can know it by pain too. Alright? Let's get this precept. This is Zechariah 13 and verse 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but a third shall be left therein. 2/3 of our people gonna be cut off. Get put to death, boy. You know? 2/3 of our people, boy. A lot of these damn degenerates, you know, these Gen Zs, they can be out here. They can be the ones, you know, are creating all these chaos in these last days. When all hell broke loose out here, it gonna be crazy with them. They don't rump. Alright? They don't care. They into violence, boy. So we about to see some things in these last days. You know, but I just want to bring those to spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai. Shalom.